Hey friends, it's Charles here, and I bet you're wondering what I'm here to talk about. Hmm? Okay, you probably guessed it's Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow from the Marvel Universe. I just got a brand new action figure from Marvel Legends, Hasbro, so I'm going to open this up, take a look at it, tell you what I think. We'll look at the accessories, we'll look at the actual likeness, and we'll look at, most importantly to me, articulation and balance and so forth. And so that's what this video is going to be about, a review of the new Marvel Legends Black Widow. Alright, so let's start with the packaging. You know, this is a very cool box. I love the look of it. You have, on both sides, action shots of her running, shooting some kind of blaster out of her arm, which you see you have the accessories for in here. And on the back, looks like we have a short bio and 4 different languages about Natasha. It says, extensive training in Red Room made Natasha Romanoff into a warrior with few peers. And so that's the packaging. And let's get out the box and see what she looks like outside the box. Alright, now that we have Black Widow out of the box, let's talk about first accessories. This comes with a plethora, if you will, of accessories. We have a backpack here with looks like an Avengers logo on it. It is a little jetpack, and it comes with little booster effect things, so you can pop them in here like so, and then it actually wears like an actual backpack. Let's see if I can get this on pretty easily during the video without editing. Okay, so this is going to be possibly problematic. You see this with a lot of figures from Mattel, you know, with the harder plastic on the accessories. It's kind of a chore to get in and out of ring jackets. But here we go. We got the backpack on, boosters on. So it really didn't take that long. I'm just being nitpicky. Doesn't create a lot of balance issues, as you can see. Stands up very nice. And then we have a wide array of these gauntlets. We have, first off, smoke. And you may be asking, where is the smoke coming from? Well, it's coming from the blasters that you can put on either wrist. So let's see if we can get some action here with these wrists. And like I said, I want to do this in real time so that you know what you'll be working with and how easy or difficult it will be when you get it in your hands. And you see here, this was just a matter of seconds. Boom, here we go. We got the blaster on. Now let's check out. We'll get some smoke going. Oh, and we got the splayed open hands as well, so I'm going to be alternating those. We only have one head, but that's quite alright. You know, kind of a universal expression there. And here we go again. With the hands, I like the simplicity of just how easy they come on, and they're real secure too. And so you don't have to worry about losing a lot of pieces. So here we go. We got the blaster. And here we go. Now I'm going to pause it and get it reset so we can talk about the articulation. Okay, and we're back, Action Figure Fanatics. And I have to say that this backpack right here is a nightmare accessory. It took way too long to put on and to take off. And there is no shortcut, no hack about it. You just got to work it out. So that's my one nitpick about this. I'll probably either leave it on or off, probably off, because I like to, for my photo taking, I don't do a lot of, floating stuff or a lot of fancy setups. I like close quarter combat. And so you're not going to have this bulky jetpack, in a scene where she's doing some kind of grapple. And so I'll probably leave it off. Uh, so let's talk about the articulation. Starting at the head, I love articulation. The head is ultra mobile. The short haircut allows full mobility here. The arms, we got a single joint here, but it rotates, so you get a good range of motion. The jacket is cut right here, and so you're not going to have a lot of hindrance from the jacket itself. It does stay on, and so you're not going to be able to take it off and do anything that way, but it's not a hindrance, and so that's not a big issue. We have a swivel on the torso, so we get a lot of good motion there. The elbows are single jointed, but that's quite alright. And then we move. Yeah, outside of the bust area, this torso is one piece. And so it's great that you have the swivel and you can turn at the bust. You don't have any left or right between the abdomen and the lower hip area. And so it's going to be limited that way. I don't like that. I like to have optimal torso movement. That's why I have a Storm. I'll probably unbox it one day. But I'm hoping I can get a better Storm that I can take out of the package and actually use, because I bought that one maybe in 2018, and it has just the one torso piece, and so it's going to be very limiting, almost like a WWE basic figure. So let's go to the legs. We have the ball joint here, and we have a thigh cut, so we can go left and right, back and forth, side to side. You got that flexibility and that agility that you would expect from the master assassin. And we got double jointed knees. And this is gonna be fun for some photos. We can do a high knee attack, and we can get her crouched down, ready to strike. Full range of motion here with the legs, which is going to be really fun to pose and take photos with. And then the feet, we have back and forth. Actually moves fairly decent. Not a lot of, it's just a back and forth hinge type motion. Let's see if we can get her in a unique pose real quick. See if she'll stand up. I have to work on that a little bit. But I am loving the articulation, especially when you get lower past the torso. The single jointed elbows, they are what they are. I think probably that jacket is limiting when it comes to putting more articulation in there. But it's a good figure. Now let's talk about likeness. And the first thing I noticed is I have another Black Widow action figure. And I'm going to start with the obvious. This is from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this is what I would consider more of a comic turn on the character. At least one I'm more familiar with, because I don't follow the Marvel movies that close. I'm a big fan of the comics. But, yeah, so it's not going to be Scarlett Johansson. It's going to be more of a comic look. And therefore, the suit is a lot different. This is more practical and more real world applicable looking. It looks like something that, yeah, it's skin tight and it has its allure, but it looks also practical. And so here it's just a gray bodysuit with a crumpled jacket. which, you know, I'm a big fan of both personally. And then, yeah, the size is similar. One thing I did notice is that this right here is flat-footed, and so she is very easy to balance and stand up on her own. Whereas this Natasha is on heels, and so I really had to work around and get it in a very specific angle to get it to stand up on its own. So I prefer this new Black Widow as compared to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this one is cool too. It came with 2 batons and a couple of guns that I had packed away in my accessory box. And so that was nice, you know. And, you know, you compare her to the modern comic version. You know, she has red hair. It's a little bit longer in this new Black Widow versus Black Widow Hawkeye book. I'm excited to see where that goes. But one thing I'd be interested to see is if you turn here, she now has symbiote powers. And so that'd be something I'd be looking forward into purchasing. See if we can't get the Black Widow in the symbiote suit. Maybe this one right here where you see the symbiote working its way around the face and you still see it's Natasha. And so that would be cool to see come to plastic form. And then here is a good facial comparison. And so you see it's more, you know, based on the comic than the cinematic version outside of the short hair. Unless there's something I missed as far as comics, let me know in the comments. But I really like this figure. You know, I think it would have been cool to come with a gun or something, but the blasters are cool. You know, very kid-friendly. I love the articulation, especially in the lower body. And the balance is great. This is going to be a great one to photograph and pose. And, you know, these gauntlets are cool. You know, overall, I would give this like 7, 8 out of 10. She is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I buy everything that they put out of hers. And so I'm very happy with this fig. Oh yeah, and we have the Avengers logo on the jacket. I'm going to eventually have to buy a better camera so you can see some of these great details. But if you're a fan of Black Widow, I suggest getting it, even if you have this guy, because it's a whole different figure. It's going to be a lot easier to pose and take photos with, and it's, you know, tied into a whole different universe. So that's my thought on the new Marvel Legends Black Widow. You know, go get it. I got mine at Walmart.com for around $25, you know, around the standard. And I have more action figure reviews coming up, so stay tuned to the channel. Like, subscribe, leave your feedback. If there's anything you'd like me to discuss, let me know. This has been Old Ass Nerd, aka Charlie Kayfabe, aka Old Nerd Reviews Wyoming, and I will see you next time.